no Joshuas, no Chisoras, there's no other heavyweights apart from me. There only ever has been me.
Welcome back everybody to another episode of the Ultimate Breakdown here on KENAN TV. In today's episode, we'll be going over the Tyson Fury vs Deontay Wilder rematch fight. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Looking quickly over the tail of the tape, we're going to be seeing that Tyson Fury in this matchup is 3 years younger than Deontay Wilder and has a 2-inch height and reach advantage over the Brahms Bomber. However though, in size, these two are virtually identical other than Tyson Fury coming in heavier than Wilder. Switching over to my own personal fighter cards, Wilder and Fury aren't too far apart in the overall rating category. However though, they are both rated highly for all the different reasons. One attribute that immediately sticks out is Deontay Wilder's one-hit knockout power. Having a 97 power attribute, Deontay Wilder will probably go down in history as one of the biggest one-hit knockout artists in the heavyweight division. Having good decent speed at 87, Deontay Wilder rarely goes in and throws a lot of combinations. He is very methodical and knows when to use his timing to his advantage to lure in the right hand knockout punch. Briefly going over his stamina, Deontay Wilder is as fit as they come in the heavyweight division, rocking a solid 92 stamina. However though, with Deontay Wilder, it is pretty rare for his fights to go over to the judges' scorecards. And because of this, though Deontay Wilder has more professional fights than Tyson Fury is the fighter who has a lot more rounds out of the two fighters. Looking at Deontay Wilder's chin, having a very high rating of 92, Wilder has proven himself to be a very durable fighter. Though getting rocked a couple times in his career, he has never tasted a canvas in his professional career. Now looking at his 80 defense, it is pretty clear that Deontay Wilder's best defense is his offense. But when the time comes for him to kind of settle back down and take it a little bit easier, he has shown that he has a good understanding of the distance, always making sure to be out of harm's way when the opponent starts to enter in with their attacks. Though obviously he is no defensive wizard, he still gets tagged quite a bit, but overall I wouldn't say that he gets hit too much in most of his contests. Now quickly going over to the physicality attribute, in 82 is what I give Deontay Wilder. Overall, when you take a look at Deontay Wilder, he is a very mid-range to long-range type of a boxer. He doesn't really commit too much on the inside work. He doesn't really like to put his weight onto his opponents and then press them back. He just tries to make a lot of range for him to then bring in the right straight. Now this was Deontay Wilder. Switching over to Tyson Fury has an 89 overall rating, just 1 point higher than Deontay Wilder with 81 power. Generally speaking, Tyson Fury, he is not a power puncher per se. He doesn't really fight in that manner either, but if you believe that Tyson Fury has no knockout power, then you would be fooled. Fury in general does not fight in the manner at which he can go into a fight and then just look for the knockout punches. He has just a lot more tools that he can rely on other than just putting his weight onto his opponents and then draining their energy and then following up with a lot more heavy shots. Fury has shown that he can do this. For example, against Steve Cunningham, he has done this, but generally speaking, Tyson Fury is a very good boxer puncher. He favors movement over just brute force, but I believe he definitely has the power to hurt his opponents and then possibly also knock them out if he really put his foot down and tried to. Looking at his speed, he has an 88. He throws many punches and bunches. He's very quick, he's very fast, and in general, he's quick with his feet, quick with his hands, quick with his head movement, things of that nature. He's a very quick guy, especially for the size he is. Now going over to the stamina, I would have to say in the stamina department, Tyson Fury has a slight advantage. Obviously, having been through a lot more decision fights, Tyson Fury knows how to pace himself and then just go all 12 rounds and secure himself a unanimous decision victory over most of his opponents. When you take a look at his chin, I mean, how can you not talk about his chin? When you put Tyson Fury down, he manages to get back up. He was able to take Deontay Wilder's biggest shot and then rise back up. However, at the same time, this stat will slowly decrease as time goes by because the chin will also start to deteriorate. The more punishment he takes in the ring, the weaker it will get, but right now I believe he's still in prime form and I don't really see any deterioration when I take a look at Tyson Fury in general. 90 defense. Tyson Fury has tremendous defense. Pairing his defensive skills up with his size plus feints and his awkward movement, he is essentially able to neutralize most of his opponents from even coming in for the majority of the time. And when they do come in, they are met with a very defensively sound fighter, and they always have a hard time hitting him. He's able to roll well with shots, roll under shots, block well, and he just does everything perfectly well inside the boxing ring. Now looking at his physicality, I give Tyson Fury an 86 because if you take a look at Tyson Fury, yes, he may be a very defensively minded fighter. We cannot forget that he is a much bigger man compared to most of his opponents. If not every opponent, he has always been bigger than them. So for him to go into these fights, he has shown the ability to push around most of his opponents. He has been able to push around, for example, Deontay Wilder. He was able to back him up, but because, like I said, he was a lot more defensively minded, making Tyson Fury back off from putting weight onto Deontay Wilder, grinding him out against the ropes, and then putting in some dirty boxing work as well. But in this rematch, I do believe that we are going to be seeing a lot more of that. Speaking of the rematch, let us now go over to the third part of the video where I break down the rematch. Going into the rematch, I think the main priority for Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder is to fight differently from what they fought like in the first fight. For Tyson Fury, we have seen that defensively he is just very sound. He made Deontay miss. He was able to counter him, he was able to tag him quite often, but in general, by the end of the fight, it seemed like the judges were not really going to be giving it in his favor. Now, aside from whether you think he deserved to win, lose, or draw the fight, I think the main point that we can really take away from the entirety of the fight is the fact that Tyson Fury has to add a little bit more onto his performance to get the job done a lot more convincingly, and this time around not get dropped. For Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, we have to take a look at what he was able to do well. He was able to catch and get a good timing on the rhythm of Tyson Fury as he was continuously dipping under the right straight. And then in the 12th round, he was able to catch and knock Fury down and out for just a couple seconds. What this will mean is this: Deontay Wilder will have a better understanding of the style of Tyson Fury. He will understand how he will move defensively. He is going to be having a lot more experience facing his style. He's going to be a lot more calm because he knows what Tyson Fury is all about. So it is up for Tyson to show him a lot more different things. But coming back to Wilder, because of that experience he had with Fury in the ring, he's going to be a lot more confident in himself. And we have seen against, for example, Luis Ortiz, in their rematch, he knew exactly the way Luis Ortiz would move, how he would attack, and he simply took his time and really calmly entered himself into a position where he could, boom, land the right hand and knock Ortiz out with. And the same thing can really apply for this rematch. However though, if Deontay Wilder is going to be a lot more calm this time around, which will mean he's going to be less active in the ring, this could be very troublesome for Deontay Wilder. Because if he's going to be less active, if he's going to be a lot more stationary, he's going to give Tyson Fury a lot more openings to come and be the aggressor in the fight. Yes, perhaps Tyson Fury coming in on Deontay Wilder can potentially have him end up getting clipped with a right hand, but the likelihood of Deontay Wilder being a successful back foot fighter and a counter puncher is, in my opinion, very unlikely. Immediately, the only true punch that you can really recall that this was the case in Deontay Wilder's career was obviously the knockout over Arthur Spilka. But other than that, if you take a look at his entire skill base, nothing really truly suggests at the fact that Deontay Wilder can pose a big threat on the back foot with his entire boxing skill set. He's not really uppercut heavy, he doesn't really have good check hooks, he doesn't really have a quick back foot jab to demand respect. No, he's always coming forward, and he's just very good at throwing the right hand and really scaring off the opponent into not coming in on him. And if Tyson Fury is going to do what he said he's going to do and come forward and really make it a dogfight and be the aggressor in this matchup, which in my opinion he should do a lot more, because I believe just being defensive for 12 rounds is going to get you only so far. If you sprinkle in some offense and rough tactics, I would have to believe that in general is just going to provide you with a lot more success. And honestly, I would have to say the worst position that you can find yourself to be in against Wilder is just being stationary, standing in front of him. So either Tyson Fury is going to move around, really challenge him toe to toe, or back him up. If he's going to wait around, stand in front of him, he will be essentially in harm's way. And yes, sure, Tyson Fury has shown to be having the defense to dodge most of Deontay Wilder's shots, but like I said, that was the first fight. With the experience from their first fight, I would have to say that Deontay Wilder is going to have a better read on how Tyson Fury is going to be moving, thus making him landing the right hand shot more likely. So in general, I would have to say that Tyson Fury has to come into this fight a lot more determined to really hurt Deontay Wilder. He did show in the first fight that he was just a completely better boxer than him, but he did not get the victory. So this time around, he has to do something else to get that victory that he really wants. And speaking of the victory, who do I think will win come fight night? In this matchup, I believe that I will have to go with Tyson Fury. I think this is a 50-50 fight as it gets. Me even saying Tyson Fury is just feeling like, okay, what if Deontay Wilder wins though? And then if I'm going to say that Deontay Wilder is going to be winning, then I think of all the things that Tyson Fury is much better at. But I would really have to say the fighter with the more skills in this matchup and the fighter who is willing to adapt and fight differently, in my opinion, should be the one who can get it done. I think Tyson Fury can get a unanimous decision, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury can get a TKO or something, because he is a bigger man in there. If he puts his weight onto Deontay Wilder correctly, if he goes to the body correctly, if he makes him tired, I would have to say that by the end of the fight, he should be able to stop him. But Deontay Wilder being stopped by Tyson Fury is, in my opinion, a cherry on top of the cake. I think Tyson Fury just winning is the entire cake, right? So I think Tyson can get it done. I think his offensive abilities will shine. We've seen him against, for example, Otto Wallin, where he has to really change up the game plan, because, for example, against Wallin, he was just fighting on the outside and really giving the southpaw fighter a lot more success and a lot more leeway than he actually was, really supposed to get for the level of a fighter that he is. So Tyson Fury had to switch it up, really press him forward and really show him that why he is the champion, lineal champion of the heavyweight division. So I think something like that will happen once again. I believe Deontay Wilder, having that confidence of the first fight, going into the rematch, I believe he will fight a lot more calm. But this approach of him being calm, I think will lead to major spots of inactivity, and I think that will really just play into Tyson Fury's favor. I think in that moment he will be able to press him forward, lay in some damage, and just keep on scoring him. And we've seen in the first fight, Deontay Wilder did come out looking calm and really calculated. It was just when Tyson Fury was able to jab him up, move around, and make him miss, that was really when he started to lose his edge. And I think in this matchup, the same can be happening once again. But this time around, he will have a fighter who will also put in some offensive work as well. So I believe Tyson Fury should be able to get the victory. But that is what my mind says, and I usually don't go against what my mind says. But against Deontay Wilder, it's just what your heart says, right? Can this fighter avoid getting knocked out for 12 rounds straight? And obviously, it's hard to go against your heart or your mind, but I will have to say, to make a logical prediction, you will have to use your logic, and I'm going to go with my logical prediction, which is going to be Tyson Fury defeating Deontay Wilder. But really, in the end, only time will tell what will truly happen. For now, leave in the comment section down below who you think will win come fight night. As always, I've been Kenan from KENAN KTV, signing off. Later.